changing lives for good.
And it's such an honor and a privilege to say a very good morning and welcome to Breakfast with Friends to Hilda Bih Muluh. Hilda, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for this interview opportunity.
Oh, what a joy to be here. Good morning to you. Good morning to your listeners. And it's such an honor and a privilege to be with you this morning.
Ah, thank you so much. Hilda, it's all about your autobiography, The Girl with Special Shoes. For those who are perhaps not able to watch this, please just tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind writing this incredible
Hmm.
book. Please.
Yeah, thank you again. And it is the story of a little girl who grows up wondering if her life matters, particularly because she develops disability at a young age in a society where disability is frowned at. And so it is my story of seeing that the Lord can use anyone. It doesn't matter how broken you are, it doesn't matter where you are. And growing up with a disability, having so many questions, rebelling against the Lord, choosing not to believe in Him, and still being pursued by His grace to the point where He saves me, redeems my story, and makes it a beautiful story that today I can share with other people. It is a story of losing the ability for me to walk and to hold things and to be normal like every other little girl, or every other teenager, every other young woman, but also seeing that even in my brokenness, God was working. So I live today in a wheelchair. I've lost practically almost all of my mobility. But the subtitle of the book is Miracles Don't Always Look Like You'd Expect. And it's exactly that, God doing this miracle while I'm losing mobility. He is restoring my heart and making my story worth sharing.
Oh, wow, Hilda, that is such an amazing testimony in its own. But throughout your journey, you've shown incredible strength and perseverance. What advice do you have for our listeners who may be facing their own challenges or obstacles currently?
Hmm, hmm. Yeah, that's a really good but difficult question, I should say, because everyone's challenge is different. But what I do know is that if we put our faith in God, He is much bigger than our challenges, much bigger than our circumstances. And actually, when He lets those challenges come into our lives, it is to use them for His glory. It is to use them to bless other people. I mentioned in the book about how the story of Johnny Erickson Tada helped change my life. And in her book, I mean, in Johnny's book, she shares the verse Romans 8:28, which a lot of Christians know. But indeed, that verse is true. It has been true in Johnny's life. It is true in my life that God causes all things, even your challenges, to work together for good if you love God and if you've been called according to His purpose. So I may not know what you're listening today or what challenges you're walking through, but just trusting that God is a good God. The God who let His Son come and die on the cross for us is a good God. And He is a God who is also almighty, and He is able to use our challenges. We can commit them to Him, surrender them to Him, and just watch Him use those challenges in ways that will amaze us.
Sure. That is beautiful.
Mm.
Thank you so much for sharing so beautifully. Hilda, we don't have a lot of time this time around, but what's great is our Story of Hope segment will definitely give us more time to chat to you a little bit about overcoming those difficulties. And like you just said,
Mm.
God is a good God and He will work all things together for our good.
Amen.
But we want to get into that a bit more. That's why we are so excited that Hilda is going to be sticking around for Story of Hope. But Hilda, in terms of this book, The Girl with Special Shoes, for those listeners who are eager to get their hands on the book, where can they find it? And are there any specific stores that you'd like to mention?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, since I'm not in South Africa, I've learned that the book is in selected exclusive books and in bargain stores nationwide. But also, if you have Amazon deliveries in South Africa, you can definitely
Ah, dear. Something's frozen there. Just seemed that there's a bit of a delay. Sorry about that, folks.
But the good news is that the book is available on Amazon as well as exclusive books. So that is definitely good news.
Come
The
on.
Girl with Special Shoes.
Yep. It's the forward is written by Joni Erickson Tada. What an incredible lady. We've got Hilda back. Sorry, Hilda, you went away there. I think it's the fact that you're in the USA and we're in Cape Town. Maybe the Atlantic.
That could be the reason, but glad to be back. Yeah, so I was saying that the books are available at exclusive books in South Africa and bargain books around South Africa, and you can get them in all the versions, the ebook version or the audio version, or of course the hard copy.
There we go. And if you're like me and you prefer Audible to listen to the audiobook, then you can go to Audible and check it out for yourself. It is available there. And what an incredible story of faith, of hope, of perseverance. Really, really on point. But I know that there are many people that are going to be rushing off to that exclusive books or bargain books to get their hands on that. So thank you so much,
Yes,
Hilda. That
yes.
is really, really awesome. That's where we're going to end it now, but this is not the end of the story. The brilliant thing is that Hilda is going to be coming back for our Story of Hope segment at around 12 minutes past 8 and sharing more of her personal journey. So don't miss out with regard to that. Hilda, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me. See you soon.
Yes, see you soon. Thank you.
It's like it was yesterday.